This woman, I deserve no sympathy. She is a criminal mastermind, and I feel nothing for her. She is guilty, and she deserves to be in prison for it.
I don't remember seeing the dog. Doesn't mean it wasn't there, or it was
What?
there. I just don't remember.
Wait, whoa,
seeing
whoa, whoa,
it.
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. You burst into a room screaming, Nicole, Albert, Brian, Nicole, wake up. And the dog is like, huh? You're joking, right?
A relative stranger walks in the front door, climbs a set of stairs. The house is completely dark. Walks into a bedroom door.
Watch, Hank is gonna do it.
Starts barking. Person starts barking. Get up! Wake up! Brian! Nicole! And you don't remember seeing or hearing a dog at all.
Called it. Doesn't matter though. The jury heard it. That's all Jackson wanted. I knew exactly what he was doing. Of all her narrative, the weakest link was Chloe. May she rest in peace. She was rehomed. She was rehomed up to heaven. That's what she was rehomed. She did not deserve it. But they had to be. Her teeth marks on John's arm would be able to be compared to her teeth, and they couldn't afford that. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law with attorney Larry Forman. Folks, today we're going to be talking about Jennifer McCabe and the dog. This is probably going to be one of the last Jennifer McCabe episodes that we're going to be making on this channel, so we can move on to other things like the 4 witnesses that testified earlier this week, Ian Whiffen, and several others, especially the most infamous, the shoe that is coming up. By the way, before we continue, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. Do you think it was the real shoe, or do you think it was a fake shoe? Some people say shadows. Some people say different shoe. Some people say it's a brand new shoe that they showed to the jury, whereas John O'Keefe was not wearing brand new shoes. You could tell in the snow, but it was covered in snow. Which is it? Was it a real shoe? Let me know in the comments below if you think it was a fake shoe, a planted shoe that they used in the courtroom. Let me know in the comments below as well. And if it was a planted shoe, why didn't the defense make a big deal out of it? Do they have a plan? Do they just not care? Does it seem a little too far-fetched? Not something to focus on. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. Today, folks, we're going to cover Jennifer McCabe, as she's going to be talking about the McAlbert's family dog, or the Alberts family dog, I should say, because the dog was in the house. And apparently, when all that commotion was happening outside, for those of you who may be new to the channel or new to this topic, the dog wasn't a German Shepherd, like a 60-pound German Shepherd, is not barking, is not interested in what's going on outside. Brian Albert was peacefully laying in bed. What body? Body? I don't know no body. That rhymes. Anyway, and then he wakes up and he's like, oh, there's an investigation? You don't want to come inside? Okay, then don't come inside the house. We're remodeling the basement tomorrow anyway, you know, completely unrelated. We've been planning on remodeling for like the last 7 years. We finally got around to it. The dead body kind of sprung us into action. Let's see what Jennifer McCabe has to say about the Albert family dog and the rehoming thereof. Let's go!
Brian Albert and his family had a dog on January 29th, 2022, did they not?
Yes, they did.
What was that dog's name?
Chloe,
What kind of dog was Chloe?
German Shepherd.
Was it do you know if it was a purebred German Shepherd or a mix of Malinois and German Shepherd, or do you know?
I have no idea.
Big dog,
Yeah, good sized dog. Yeah.
70-pounder.
I don't know its weight.
Wasn't a little munchkin dog, though. It was
No.
a full-size German
It's
Shepherd.
a full size, yeah.
On the morning that you described going into the house, January 29th, 6:40 a.m. or so.
Oh, whoa.
You indicated that
Did you see that trembling? She even missed her mouth for a second because she knows the dog is a really bad fact. Because when there's all that commotion outside, all of that EMTs and fire trucks and police and everybody, firefighters, a dog is not going to be like, me. You know, the dog is going to be like, what's going on? What is happening? Bark, 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 bark. Hey, owner, bark, bark. You need to pay attention to this. Bark, bark. There are intruders. There are intruders on our territory. Wake up. And Brian Albert's like, Oh, shut up, dog. Like, seriously? Seriously. Dogs are territorial pack animals. Wolves, they are former wolves before they were domesticated. The wolves travel in packs. Dogs would travel in packs. Their ancestors travel together. They protect one another. They alert to danger so that the rest of the pack is aware. Owner of the house, Brian Albert, is the pack leader. Chloe is a soldier, if you will. She's a foot soldier as well in the Albert unit. Chloe Albert is a foot soldier. Her failure to alert the pack could mean danger for the pack. Like, let's say they truly were intruders. Chloe doesn't know the difference between they're investigating something over there. They're on our property. Take care of it. Help. Help. If she doesn't yell for help and then the pack gets killed because Chloe failed to alert, I mean, come on. It's 2 + 2 = 4.
That you burst into the bedroom to wake your sister and Brian Albert. Is that right?
Yes, I went into the bedroom.
It's still dark out, correct?
Yes.
There had been relative chaos on the lawn for a number of minutes, from about 6:10 until at least 6:40. When you went in, there were still emergency vehicles with lights on and engines running, and chaos, relative chaos, bedlam, as somebody has said, on that front lawn, correct?
Was more on their side lawn and down the street, kind of like all the cruises. A lot of them were behind their lot.
Right in front of 34 Fairview, correct?
To the side, in the side yard of 34 Fairview, yes.
And on the lawn of 34 Fairview,
Yes,
where first responders were responding, correct?
yes,
And you said my client is screaming to the top of her lungs, is that right?
yes, she was.
And Carrie Roberts screaming back at her,
Yes,
shut up or shut the right?
yes.
Yeah. Then at 6:40 a.m., under the cover of darkness, you walked in the front door of the unlocked front door of Brian Albert's house, correct?
I went into my sister's house, correct?
It wasn't Brian Albert's house?
And Brian Albert, yes, I'm sorry.
You then climbed the stairs up toward the bedrooms, correct?
Yes,
You walked into the bedroom door where Brian Albert and Nicole Albert, according to you, were sleeping. Is that right?
yes,
So you would agree that you unexpectedly, in terms of their view, unexpectedly walked into their house basically in the middle of the night, middle of the morning.
yes,
You indicated that when you went through their bedroom door, you sort of burst through, correct?
I opened the door. I don't know if I used the word burst.
You previously indicated that when you went through the door,
You did say
it was
burst.
chaotic because you were so amped up from the events.
Frantic.
Is that right?
I don't know if I used those words.
Oh, really? Impeach her, Jackson, if you want to.
Would you say that you were loud or quiet?
I think as I explained earlier, I was like where everything was going on around me, and I was kind of...
Notice how she can't even answer a question. I was fairly loud. Sure. No. I got to go to my narrative. What's my narrative? Let me tell my story, not Jackson's story. Jackson, this is my turn. And again, don't think for a second that the jury is not picking up on this. Because if you're asking questions and I'm asking questions, the jury is also in their heads asking questions. Why can't this woman just give a simple one straight answer? Why is everything, well, actually, and then, okay, so, and then basically you were loud. Yes, I was. She has to weave in her story because she knows if she doesn't do that, if she doesn't fill in the gaps of her false narrative to the jury, nobody will believe her. Now, they still don't believe her, but at least she's trying to, set a nice cover to her story and to cover up the truth. That's what manipulators and narcissists do, and that's exactly what she's doing.
In just a state of shock, and I remember thinking, I don't want to startle them, but I have to wake them up, because obviously when I wake them up, they're going to be panicked and think something terrible happened.
Well, why didn't you want to startle them? Something terrible had happened.
I didn't want to give them a heart attack when I woke them up.
But you didn't walk up and just nudge them and say, hey, Nicole, honey, can you wake up or something we can talk about? You didn't do that.
No, I was like, Brian, Nicole, wake up, wake up.
Okay, exactly. But you weren't saying it in that voice either. You were saying, Brian, Nicole, get up.
I'm not sure if it was that loud, but I definitely was. You definitely like trying to wake them up. Yes.
Oh my God. She forgot the narrative. She forgot her own story that she weaved. Like, wait a minute. How does this one go? She can't remember. Or she does remember, but her story, because she knows we're talking about the dog, I have to kind of curtail my answers because if I'm too loud, well, Chloe's going to bite my arm off. Kind of like she did with John O'Keefe. Hello. It's so obvious. Like, it's almost depressing, but it's not. This woman, I deserves no sympathy. She's a criminal mastermind, and I feel nothing for her. Nothing. She is guilty, and she deserves to be imprisoned for it. That's it.
What was the dog's reaction?
I don't recall seeing the dog.
So,
What?
according to you, to the dog at least, if we can get in the mind of a dog, a relative stranger walks in the front door, climbs a set of stairs, the house is completely dark, walks into a bedroom door,
Watch, Hank is going to object.
starts barking. The person starts barking, "Get up, wake up, Brian, Nicole." And you don't remember seeing or hearing a dog at all.
Objection.
Called it.
Sustained.
Doesn't matter though. The jury heard it. That's all Jackson wanted. I knew exactly what he was doing. Look at her face. She looks so defeated. Oh my God, it's beautiful because she knows the jury heard it. And she can't even look at him. She can't even look at the jury in the eyes because she knows that she is guilty. She knows that she did this. She knows that none of this ever happened. Oh my God. Oh my God. The dog. Who would have thought of all her narrative, the weaving of the story, the dog was going to be the weakest link. Basic instinct, pun intended. Simple basic instincts of an animal. How an animal normally reacts. They just forgot to factor into their calculus of their narrative. Why? Because who thinks of the dog's reaction when they're weaving their timeline and making sure that all the I's are crossed and T's dotted? You know what I'm saying? The weakest link was Chloe. May she rest in peace. She was rehomed. She was rehomed up to heaven. That's where she was rehomed to. Poor Chloe. She does not deserve any of this. She did not deserve to be killed. But they had to, because then her teeth marks on John's arm would be able to be compared to her teeth, and they couldn't afford that. She accidentally turned into a weapon because instinct took over. There was a fight brewing in the Albert's basement, and she supported the Klan as a German Shepherd does. She was defending, Higgins and Albert, Colin and Brian and Higgins. They're probably the ones who directly were involved in the physical altercation. I'm still 100% convinced of that. Higgins had a motive. If you didn't see the latest video that came out a few months ago where Higgins is very aggressive at the waterfall right before they leave towards probably John O'Keefe, he's like gesturing kind of like very aggressively, and Colin has to grab him by the arm. Shout out in the comments below. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe while you do that. As you scroll through to type your comments, remember, let me know if you remember the video where he was grabbed by the arm by Colin Albert saying, "Hey, like, calm down, man, calm down, it's okay." And then Brian Albert and Brian Higgins are like this. So Higgins gets into a fight. Brian Albert is going to jump in. And Colin, that little snot, of course, he's going to jump in too, because he can't fight solo, but he's got the troops. He's got El Capitan. And Chloe just jumps in because basic instinct. Chloe didn't deserve this. Poor Chloe. If they truly rehomed her, as they claim, somebody would have come forward and say, "Wait a minute, I think we have Chloe. Where was she rehomed then? Who has her?" I think big guy upstairs has her. Anyway, let's keep watching.
As you indicated, it's not that the dog wasn't reactive, it's that you don't remember the dog even being there, correct?
I have no memory of the dog, no.
But you do know that that dog sleeps in Brian and Nicole's room,
Oh.
correct?
It may, I don't know for sure.
Oh. She's looking at Hank. Help me! Help me! Help me!
The reason you don't remember the dog being there is because the dog wasn't there, was it?
I don't remember the dog.
Right. So when you walked out of the room, when you walked in the house, didn't see the dog?
No.
When you walked up the stairs, no dog?
No.
Walked down the hallway, no dog.
No.
Walked into Brian and Nicole's bedroom door, no dog.
I don't remember seeing the dog.
I realize that. Dog or no dog? No dog.
I don't remember seeing the dog. It doesn't mean it wasn't there or it was
What?
there. I just don't remember.
Wait,
seeing
whoa.
it.
Hold on. Pause. You burst into a room screaming, Nicole, Albert, Brian, Nicole, wake up. And the dog is like, me. Huh? Uh-huh. Me. Like, you're joking, right? The weakest link, like I said. The dog is the weakest link in your chain. Exposed. Get her, Jackson.
No dog came up to you and barked at you, correct?
No.
You didn't see or hear a dog whining or howling, did you?
No.
You didn't hear or see a dog scratching at the door?
No.
There's no sign of a dog at all in Brian and Nicole Albert's house at 6:41 a.m. when you walked into that house, correct? Or 6:40?
I don't remember seeing the dog.
And this was a 70-pound German Shepherd, correct?
I don't know
Help
the weight
me,
of the
Have you ever
dog.
heard
Hank, help me.
Have you ever heard a description given about that dog by Brian Albert, anybody else? That dog was not good with strangers.
Well,
Did you know, that you
Jury
said
heard
you're
it.
very, very dear friends, and obviously dear friends with Brian Albert, relations with Nicole Albert, your sister. Are you aware that that dog was not good with strangers?
Object.
Do you know that?
I don't. It wasn't good with other dogs is what I knew, so I could never bring my dog over there. That's all I know about the dog.
that's all I know. Stop asking me questions. That's all I know about the dog. Leave me alone. I got nothing. This was not part of my narrative. Please, dear God, help me. That's literally what her face is screaming right now. And it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. You deserve everything coming your way.
Had some aggression, correct? At least with other dogs.
Possibly.
Possibly with other dogs.
Yeah.
That's our next question.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was so much better than the first trial. By the way, Jackson is busy doing this trial. If you need a trial lawyer, if you've been in a car accident or a truck accident or a dog bite, holla at your boy, 1-844-774-HURT, 1-844-774-HURT. We are here. Trial lawyers are standing by to get you the most money possible under the law, within the confines of the law, to extract it out of the insurance company. That's what we do. Doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in the United States. But anyway, back to the video. Gosh, Chloe, who would have thought? Who would have thought that it was gonna be Chloe who is the weakest link? That Chloe is gonna bring down a criminal enterprise simply because they forgot to factor her into their calculus. I mean, they could have tried something like, well, Chloe was in the basement. She usually gets locked up in the basement. If they remembered her, they forgot. They forgot when they weaved their narrative. They included all of the human subjects. They forgot the animal companions. They forgot the animal. I'm not even Christian, but Chloe, we're with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing, just amazing to me that if their whole empire collapses because of the family dog, I'm gonna have a field day. I'm literally going to just celebrate because they, like I said, they deserve everything coming their way. And I hope the feds are watching. And maybe they're watching this video. Hello, FBI! I highly doubt it, but who knows? Who cares? At the end of the day, it's all bullshit anyway. I'm just here to make content for you guys. I'm here to make it fun. I'm here to make it entertaining. I'm here to make it educational. I'm sharing everything I know. And I'm giving you my genuine reactions to courtroom testimony. So we're going to keep it going. We have another Trooper Paul episode premiering tonight in a few hours on my channel. And then tomorrow, I'm actually going to be in jury trial all day myself. I have a jury trial of my own. And I'm going to be in jury trial all day tomorrow. But I will premiere a few videos. I'm going to be recording them in just a few moments. So be on the lookout. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.